Welcome back to the Elder TikTok podcast, and we are so honored to have the one and only Favi in the building. Let's give a round of applause for the Uso putting on for our people. For those of you who don't know, this is the owner of Island Avenue, a fashion clothing brand and apparel. You know, nothing too crazy. Has a deal with how do I pronounce it? Nordstrom, maybe. The heck, what are we talking about right now?
That's above my tax bracket.
Tax? What is that? Like,
you paying taxes?
You don't need no introduction, but for those of you who might not know who the big baller in the fashion industry is right now, supporting our Samoan people, putting on for the culture, who are you?
A little intro. Well, first off, man, I want to tell both of y'all, man, I'm proud of y'all in providing this platform, especially for y'all generation. And I'm glad we're able to, come together like this to be able to address a lot of stuff that you guys actually go through from a cultural standpoint, religious standpoint, fashion standpoint, right?
You know what I'm saying?
So, it's all fair game in terms of, the topics that we'll cover. But my name is Favi, a proud native of Carson, California, and just proud to be here.
There's a rumor about Favi, and say it ain't so, basically, is what I'm saying.
There's two of them. Okay, so
yeah,
there's another one.
Yes, there is another one.
Yeah.
And Ben wanted to ask you, actually.
Okay.
Oh, so, all right. So we've been hearing.
You've been hearing
that you are vegan. Is that?
Absolutely.
You're a vegan?
A
Polynesian vegan? Well, it makes sense. I mean, the boy's like looking good. You know what I'm saying? So that makes sense. Wait, are you like you being for real?
Yeah. Absolutely.
You're vegan?
Yeah, we can expound on that as well, because obviously a lot of my lifestyle goes against, us growing up as Polynesians, right?
Yeah.
But it's, another taboo topic that no one wants to talk about is how health is, there's a health disparity within our community, right? I literally just got off the other podcast, and he asked the question about it. I had an answer, right? A lot of our folks are passing away, and the major culprit is the food. Not only that, let me take it a step further, and I'd say this respectfully, that we got to a point where we can't even do these cultural ceremonies that we perform for thousands of years on the island without this food. Now all of a sudden they tied in the food that's literally actually killing us.
Dang.
With this sacred ceremony.
Wow.
And now you're not Samoan if you don't eat the muli pipi. Well, so who said that? Where did that logic come from? But think about it. Take it a step further. Like, this food is literally killing our people, and we're just going to stand by and not say anything? So what I decided to do, again, I'm just always been a man of example, and even as a father, that this is common sense. Like, people, I went to med school, and they were telling me, like, well, how did you arrive at that? I'm like, my people was dying, and it's a direct effect of the food. There's no puzzle about this.
You are what you eat, right?
Exactly.
You are what you eat.
So what I decided to do was, again, this was just my personal journey.
Okay.
I started to cut out the chicken and the fish, and before you know it, I started to feel it was more of a feeling.
No.
And I'm a result-based person. So if you're telling me if I don't eat this and I work out like that and I pray and meditate, I'm going to get this result, I got addicted to the result, which is why I continue to have done this for the last, 15, 17 years. But remember, it's just by example.
Pause. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to cut you off there.
Oh, are you
telling me you've been a vegan for 15 plus years?
It's light work.
Wow. No oka? No pig?
It's done. That's over with.
You gotta be lying.
Come on, my boy.
Wait, so we was about to
go. My son too.
We was about to go to Tucanos after this, but I don't think we can go to Tucanos now after that. Is, I'm not gonna lie. Jokes aside, that's respect. That's impressive. I have never met a Polynesian vegan before until today.
No, I haven't either.
There's a couple of them out there, but again, just even going back to that, like I did it by example. It worked in terms of my health. I feel great. As you got, we share with you what I've been doing all day in terms of being here and the kids and these podcasts, and I'm firing on all cylinders. I keep going. But if you think about it, if I'm eating Moody PP or Bisupo, like, you really think I'm going to be on this Utah highway going to 17 different podcasts? No. I'm finna be asleep. Okay? So this is common sense to me.
He be working. That energy must be different, man.
Come on, another level.
All right, bro.
You feel me?
How you feel about the entrepreneurship scene here in Utah?
I'm glad you asked that.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So I'm going to be 100 with y'all.
Please keep it 100.
I come here for that specific reason because I don't get that in L.A.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
I'm telling you. Every time I come here, there's a different Polynesian business that's sprouting, whether it's a restaurant, a real estate dude, car dealer, whatever it is. My boy that I went to school with, He's a real estate developer. I'm not getting that in LA. I'm telling y'all the truth. So the reason why I come, aside from being so fulfilled of giving back to the kids, to see y'all doing what y'all doing, we're not doing that. To see all these different businesses that are all poly owned. We was just down, at the other spot, and I saw all these poly kids, and I was tripping out because I was like, dang, there's so many of us that I see outside that I normally don't get to see. So I come here, in all honesty, to get recharged, to be inspired, get that little reboot, and I'm back to LA to go back to war. So when I'm telling y'all, like, y'all was really spoiled to see that type of entrepreneur journey here, I'm trying to tell y'all should take advantage. I told Frost that, I'm like, bro, every time I come here, he obviously has, we're going to meet over there after, but he always brings somebody over. There's like, hey, the Ustu do this and the homie do this. Yeah. That when you're around that kind of energy where everyone's getting to it, it makes you wonder, it's like, okay, well, what you doing? Right? So that's why I love being around that type of energy. And again, it's business owners that look like me. More often than not, my business owners that I have at the house, they're not poly. And it's not to say that I didn't choose it that way. It's just when I was searching for a great cut and sew dude or the great graphic designer dude or a great video, they just weren't poly. And when I'm trying to build a business, I'm trying to build a dream team. I'm trying to build the best in the game. One of the youngsters had asked me, is it true you can't do business with your family? I said, nah, I mean, that's obviously.
We was gonna get into that.
I know, dog.
Yeah, we was gonna get into that. Yeah.
Right? But what I basically said in so many words was that's an unfair statement because there's not too many of us that have succeeded at the highest level in business.
And when you're referring to us, you're referring to
Polynesians in general.
Thank you.
Right?
Yes. Thank you.
That statement is fair when you go a Vietnamese community, because there's thousands of successful entrepreneurs.
But nobody doing this though.
No
That's
one's
what you're
doing
saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, I said it at the other point. I told this to Frost and them. This is the Atlanta for polys. Think about that.
Oh, wait, hold up. Slow it down.
Think that.
Atlanta, wait. What
all the homies used to move to Atlanta to get to it in terms of like the next black renaissance.
Favi, are you on another TikTok podcast right now comparing? You are saying that Utah,
in terms of entrepreneurship,
in terms of entrepreneurship, we got something going.
Oh, dog, absolutely. I said that right here on my boys' podcast. I said that. Stamp that.
So what me and Ben have been saying, hey, we clocked that real quick because we've been trying to tell y'all, and now we have an outsider who's graciously like.
I come here to get inspired, y'all. I'm telling y'all, that's 100.
That's Nordstrom talking, by the way. All right. Anyway,
the man.
How do you navigate being confident and being prideful?
Now again, we have to contextualize this because this is an issue specifically within our Polynesian community, because we grow up and raised in these very strict households as a Pacific Islander, and then if you even want to throw the church into the mix, which makes it even more stringent. Okay, so within that context, the whole humility versus confidence, they don't coexist, or they can't coexist, because we're raised to say that not even to say. It's almost disrespectful for you to actually speak, like physically speak. Okay?
So dude, we just talked about this. You saw it, right? We just talked about this.
And I know he looks young, but he's not in our generation.
He's not though.
And I know what y'all going through. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all, right? So growing up in that type of dynamic, what ends up happening is, although you want to be respectful, okay, to moms and pops and aunties and do the whole Fasa Moa thing and grow up in that dynamic. And again, to our elders, they did the best they could. But what I'm saying is that if, in fact, we're trying to produce a generation of entrepreneurs or even successful professionals within various sectors, we have to answer this confidence question, because there's no way you can actually raise a generation to produce those successful professionals without the confidence piece. And that starts in the home. So I've been saying this from the kids to these other podcasts.
Finally, someone understands us. So are you saying we have a voice? Because
absolutely.
No, I don't know. Polynesian culture is a little different, bro. I'm younger. I haven't grown up yet. I don't know if I do.
I'm gonna take it a step further. You got a voice that matters, and I'm telling you that. You feel me? Like, I'm telling you that.
Dang.
I'm telling you that because not only that, again, you're me. You're me at your age, right? I was just fortunate enough to not grow up in a dynamic like that. Fortunate enough. Let me, and I want to share this. Family of 10. I don't have an extended aunties and uncles, okay? So it was just my 10 brothers and sisters, right? Growing up in the church, we all know the concept of family-owned evening, okay?
Yep.
This is the part that actually saved us. Because within the 10 siblings, we had the family-owned evening. My mom, I didn't know she knew it at the time, all gave us an opportunity to speak. Okay?
That's
But now-
unheard of.
Now think about this.
No,
Well,
but
this is how it was in my house.
But you
So
understand that's really unheard of.
It's actually unheard of. You see
Where did it
keep-
all start,
It
though?
all started in the home, which is why I keep saying, you keep raising your kids like this, there's no way to produce that product. You feel me? Like, this is common sense. There's no way you could actually do that.
You know what's funny is to like-minded people like ourselves,
That's
it
common
is common
sense.
sense.
It makes sense.
But to the
But
majority,
I get why.
because of the cultural aspect of this whole respect feature that we
it's
got.
like like you said, like a humility thing. Like we gotta
Yes.
be.
No, but no. I didn't even want to. I want to harp on that. It's because
yeah,
my
shut up.
belief.
Hey,
Man,
that's not what
let
he
me
said.
harp
Oh,
on
God.
that. Because my belief is that the within the context of the term humility within Polynesians, it's really submissiveness. That's really the definition of what they're saying. There's a difference between humility and submissiveness. That's what that is. You feel me? Now, can confidence and humility coexist? I believe it could. And this is how.
100%.
This is how. And this is how I've done it in real time. Right? When we've landed the meetings with the likes of a Nordstrom, Nike, whoever, I would always.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm just gonna breeze it over. I'm just gonna breeze
you
over
can't,
like that.
No,
Just gonna breeze over like that.
We gonna run that
Nordstrom.
back.
Over.
No,
That's
no,
it.
no,
We
no,
know
no,
that,
no, no.
right?
Favi, you cannot
Once
just
again,
come
something
over
like-
here and you can't just breeze over. I want to hear what you said. I apologize for cutting you off, but I
We're gonna
must
get to
insist.
we're gonna get to the Fubu thing too.
The what?
Yeah. We got that. We're gonna get to that.
What?
Yeah, I gotta show y'all that.
World?
Yeah, we're doing that.
Crazy.
We're announcing it here, my boy.
He said checks. I'm getting into that
Checks.
later. Finish your thought. Sorry, did I cut?
Alright, sorry.
You still got it or not? My
Yeah,
fault.
I do. So, matter of fact, I don't. So let's go to the
I'm
next
so
one.
sorry, but I'm this energy
No,
crazy right now.
I
Go
think-
ahead, bro.
Okay, we walk in the room, about 5 people back there. Okay, I told my son, lock the door. Oh, we ain't leaving without the deal. Lock the door. He giggled, but I said, by example, I have to show him what confidence actually
What it
looks
means
like.
and what it looks like. You gotta
so
move,
my
yes.
boy walked in. He goes, all right, cool, it's showtime. Son walks up there with me. I strategically put the apparel, obviously, in the Nordstrom bag, knowing that Fubu's not in Nordstrom. I got leverage now in the conversation.
Makes sense.
Are you doing, again, we did the whole role play with the kids today. How do you build a relationship? Because all of us want to call this whole thing relationship. Well, what does that even look like? Okay? I approached him, looked at him in his eyes, shook his hand as if I was going to break his hand off so he could remember that.
He gonna remember that grip.
Introduced myself.
He gonna remember that.
Right? And then gifted him with the apparel. He looked at it and immediately, again, this is a guy that has seen 13,000 T-shirts in his life, 13 million. Pulls it out. Oh, this fire.
What shirt was it though? What shirt was it?
It was the Aloha Tux. It's our rendition of the Hawaiian shirt, right? He pulled it out, and then we had the shorts to match. He was like, oh, this fire. We had a little Shark Tank interaction. He asked me, what I get it for, margins. I thought that was cool. And then immediately after, him and I know Bun B through my restaurant stuff. So we, mutual respect or whatever. And then immediately after, I go in for the ass. Oh, we just ain't here to just give you
we're not just showing.
Yeah,
this.
yeah. So it's collab. And he's like, oh. I said, yeah, what's up with this collab? He was like, okay, do this. Holler at my people, boom, 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 boom. I holler at his boy the next day.
Yep.
4 days later, we closed the deal. We launched it in Nordstrom in June.
Oh my.
Something light.
But what is something that Polynesians needs to do in order to get over that fear of, because Polynesians have a bad habit of caring about what other people think.
Yeah.
Do you have that problem?
Obviously, absolutely not.
So you don't care.
But think about this. When you're going into these arenas where you're in front of the camera, right? That's just part of the game. That's just comes with it. But I've always said energy goes where energy flows. So if in fact you focus on, oh, so and so said this negative comment, this and that, and it's like, that's exactly where your day is gonna go, where your actual energy is gonna go. Right. But knowing that you guys are in front of the camera, that obviously people are gonna get on there and talk crazy, it's just one of those things. This is what I signed up for. That's just part of it. But do you have to harp on that? Nah. Just focus on all the positive stuff. Like us having a phenomenal conversation about fashion and culture, and
That's what I'm saying.
my boy coming with them kicks like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow. You catching strays?
damn,
You
my
catching
boy,
strays
like,
over there, my boy? The
part of the
panda.
game is that.
Not all of us have a
Give
deal
it
with
to you with the
Nordstrom.
Hey, toss us a deal. Get our boy some
You know what
shoes.
I
No. You're on Elder TikTok podcast right now. We cover Polynesian culture. We got to get our, respectfully, we got to get our Jesus in there a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about, the Lord above and just like what we're grateful for and everything like that. Before we get too deep into that though, I am a member of the LDS Church. I wanted to know if you're religious. If you're at this, are you religious at all?
I am, to answer that question truthfully, I'm more spiritual than religious.
Okay.
As I had mentioned, I grew up in the church.
And what church was that?
Oh, Compton Second, all the Carson Wards, so yeah, in L.A. And so I've always said that there was beautiful tenets about the church that really provided my foundation in terms of spirituality. Now, a lot of the stuff, truth be told, especially in the 90s, we went against the grain because there was a lot of like rules. And me personally, like I normally would, go against rules, especially if I feel like it's not applicable to me, right?
Okay.
So you had the strong like Polynesian culture with all these rules that actually came from the church, and it just didn't mesh well. And then obviously we were dealing with stuff, in everyday life with all the gang stuff. So, but at the same time now, the way I can attribute some of my business prowess is to how the church is structured. Because if you look at it, it's actually structured like a business.
And I was gonna ask you,
right?
So I was gonna ask you, because
phenomenal business.
Yeah. How has the structure of the church, the LDS Church, like played a role in how in your business ventures?
Yeah, it definitely laid the foundation, because that's where my leadership skills was groomed at. I was able to, whether it was public speaking, whether it was, leading the group at MIA, like there was, it all stemmed from the church. But my thinking in terms of, my relationship with our Heavenly Father, after my mom was able to lay that foundation for us, it was more so now on me. Like, what does that relationship look like now? Now, truth be told, is again, full transparency, I was one of those kids that would challenge everything. So what I decided to do was, okay, cool. If I'm Mormon, I'm going to read all the books. So I read all of them, including the Bible, right? Then I took it a step further, and I was like, okay, so let me check out, let me see what the Torah is about. So I would go to a synagogue and say a prayer in the synagogue.
Right.
I did that for a while. Then I went to a mosque and prayed there and read the Quran. So in terms of spirituality, I was just on my own quest of finding how does God fit in my life. Now, I've been through things throughout my life, such tragic experiences, where I truly felt that God was guiding me through it all. There was a higher power that was guiding me through it all. And that part to this day is undeniable. Now, does that, is it distinctive to one specific religious belief? I don't know. But I do know that there was a higher power that was guiding me through some of the most tragic events in my life. And I would never deny that. I have to say this, especially growing up in a gangbanging environment, that, at times they say that the most segregated day is Sunday. And at the core of who I am, if you guys think about it, at the core of who I am, I'm an inclusive person, right? So every Sunday or even Saturday, everyone goes to their church, right? So what I didn't like, especially in my personal journey, where I had the homie that was Islam and I had the homie that was Jew, but they didn't know that. I bring him to the house, hey dog, get some food. Oh yeah, boom, boom, boom. And as soon as they found that out, now all of a sudden everyone get in their corner. So what's the difference between my relative that's a blood and my other cousin that's a Crip? They didn't know that until they stated that, and then all of a sudden here goes the split, right? So there's, I guess you can say, kind of indirectly, there's a divisive component of it all. That's the part that I don't like, because once you're passionate about something, and then the homies, I can't change your mind at this point.
You're right.
It's over. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can't even have a conversation at that point.
I've never heard that before.
Right?
For real?
The most segregated day is Sunday. Think about it. Everybody goes in their corner.
He's right though. Like,
and I'm an inclusive person. I want everybody to be together.
It's funny you say that, because I truly believe at its core, you want to talk about core, at the church's core, we are trying to be that inclusive. You know what I'm saying? We want the church to be, but unfortunately, it's just not adding up right now, bro. It's just not.
Is it like the organizations, or you think it's just the people?
Is it the people's problem, or is it how it would? Yeah, exactly.
Well, obviously, the people make up the organization, right? And then not only that, people have stigmas. As soon as you say the term Mormon, you've already created like a mental block of that. Bro, so they're not even inclusive to none of that. This is why I'm saying, like, it's similar to gangbang. I bring the homie together. He find out the homie, he's like, oh, dog, it's over with. I can't even talk to him. And I'm like, wait, what? Y'all was just chilling. You were just talking.
Oh my dude.
Think about that dynamic. It's the same thing.
Are you comparing
same
the
thing
LDS church to gangbang?
No, but
think about it. It's almost,
I heard you.
Because someone were literally back. You see what's going on in Gaza. Like, these guys is literally
over religion.
ready to give. Yeah,
over religion.
Think about it. So I'm ready to literally give my whole life for this. What's the difference between that and the homie banging the hood? It's the same thing.
Hey,
so that's why I said
Mormon Bloods go crazy, bro.
Hey,
the LDS Crips go crazy. Are there people close to you that you maybe have had to, you know,
cut
them be cut off?
Great question.
That's exactly what I was.
So
doing.
I literally just explained this concept. Okay. If going back to setting a goal, trying to build a brand. In order to build a brand, I have to have a strong team, designs and whatnot, right? Once I'm focused on this goal, I have the right team in play. We're so laser focused that if in fact you're not contributing to the goal, you're actually going to cut yourself off because you can't contribute. So I didn't even have to cut anyone off. And then it goes back to even my childhood friends. They're still my childhood friends. But did I have to cut them off? No. Because they just weren't. I'm going down the 405 freeway. They're going down the 110. We're not going in the same direction.
It's true. No,
so there's no way we're going in the same direction. So I've always said this, even with the kids earlier. Once you decide to stay laser focused on the goal, what you end up, two things is going to happen. The people that's going to help will start to appear, and those that can contribute will disappear. You don't have to cut them off because they couldn't contribute anyway. It's almost like
so they cut themselves off.
They cut themselves off anyway because they're a non-factor to the goal. So they look at it, they're like, damn, my boy out of TikTok, he doing his podcast, man, and he telling me to pull up, and I'm like, damn, I don't even know what to do and everything. I want to be supportive. After a while, the homie's like, bro, I can't even contribute to the homie. I'm just gonna support from afar.
You literally just explained my whole life, and this dude know how many times that's happened to me.
That's what I'm saying. But technically you don't have to cut them off. It's just you have a goal, and if you can't contribute, dog, I'm gonna holler at you in a minute. But I'm so focused here.
But the thing is, though, like the love's not lost, though. That's the point I'm trying to say. But you know what's crazy, Favi? Is that has happened to me. It's happening to this day. But then when they see the action and they see the motion, it's like, oh, TikTok switched up. Oh, the TikTok switched up. It's like, since when?
Bro.
What are you talking about? I stay 10 toes. My love's never changed.
Yeah. But that's what comes with success as you continue to scale. So it's all perspective.
Yeah.
If that's what they're saying, that means you're elevating. Think about that. Because if you really flip it on, even Nip said this. Oh, y'all wanted me to just stay the same? That means I'm not even progressing then.
It's true.
Right? So that was your insecurity that you were trying to put on me because you wanted me to stay here with you and not do none. We trying to elevate, dog.
If you don't know who this guy is, bro, then you're not Polynesian, okay? No, I was playing. This has been Favi. Make sure you go follow Island Avenue on all platforms. You know, got the Nordstrom deal, all of that. I'm assuming you got some stuff popping out soon, obviously, right? Yep. And did I hear... Last question. Did I hear checks over stripes? Can we get you don't have to admit anything right now, but can we get like a little... Just give us a little jelly. Just give us a little sauce.
Yeah, I literally just got off the call with the Nike team. If you don't know, we landed that Nike collab to design the first ever Polynesian-inspired Air Force One. This project has been going on for like a year and a half.
An Air Force One Poly Edition?
That's what we do, my boy. That's what we do.
Dang. Hey, you see what I'm wearing right now? I'm going to need that.
Hey, fine. Favi, since you asked, 11 and a half. Like, okay, I'll do a 12.
We could do a collab with your merch. We could do something like that.
You be lying. Are you being for real? Because I've been thinking about it. I'm not going to lie.
Get down or lay down.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Putting on for our Polynesian people.
Sir.
Fa, talofa. We appreciate you all. Alofa too. See you guys next time.
Love y'all. Let's get it.